I'm Drew Storey. I'm an indie pop singer-songwriter from Langley, BC, and we are on FTR.
1, 2, 3, 4! Talking something about falling in love. Hey, hey. So we had a great time, really great fun. It wasn't enough. Hey, so on that fence, don't care for me, 'cause I'm alone. I'm waiting for you, just waiting for you, just wasting. 2, 3, 4.
You're a Drew. I am also a Drew. Not a lot of us out there.
No.
You're not just you're an Andrew, right?
I am an Andrew.
You got the whole name.
You're just a Drew?
I'm just a Drew. They only gave me the one bit, which I personally have a problem with.
Would you prefer to be Andrew?
I feel like it's nice to have the option, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan of like names like William, where it's like there's
Will
multiple.
or William.
Yeah, you get options as you like go through life. Ian, you might want to not get hit by a car here. But I think that's nice. I think it's nice to like you give your kid the opportunity to like establish their own identity in like a very kind of core way, which I appreciate.
I definitely feel like Andrew is the more mature name. I think that there's like a sense of like when my parents give me crap.
Yeah,
it's Andrew every time.
Andrew.
So, yeah.
But you went for Drew. Have you always been Drew, like since?
Pretty much. My mom wanted to call me Drew, and for whatever reason, last minute she was like, no, Andrew. And then for whatever reason, after that, when I was born, everyone just started calling me Drew.
Has a label on it. Back pocket, and I don't want to. You've been active in the scene since 2015?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say necessarily active in the scene. I was taking music lessons, and through that I had a couple of recording opportunities with the school that I was taking lessons at. So I've been songwriting since 2015, but like performing with a band and stuff like that is very new in like the last year of high school and then the last 2 years since then.
How have you found like the transition to performing?
So I grew up like, I kind of felt like my whole life I was on the bench. I've always been a fanboy. I'm always watching live performance videos. Like if you see me at home, I'm literally probably sitting on my couch watching like a live concert, like someone's iPhone footage from a concert that I was at and studying it. And for a lot of my life, like I just didn't have the musicianship, or I hadn't written good enough songs or whatever, and I didn't have contacts. And I was always like wanting it so bad, and every day I'm just kind of taking a little step forward, whether that's practicing, networking, or going out and actually playing the shows. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be having more and more opportunities coming my way.
Obviously, you've been a musician for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, what made you actually take the step to the performance side of things?
Yeah, so I had been sort of performing when I was younger at like recitals and stuff like that, like when you're a little kid taking music lessons. And then there was just, I actually went to a concert in 2020, January 2020. It was Rex Orange County. I don't know if you know his music, but he's an indie pop artist.
Oh yeah.
And he's like a superhero to me. He was playing at the Peony, and it was the first time I ever went to a concert without my family. Me and my friends took the bus and then SkyTrain down, and we waited hours and hours in line, and we were about 3 or 4 people back from the front, and something in that, my brain chemistry changed that night. Like I was like 14 or 15, whatever age, I don't even know, but after that night, I was like, that's what I want to do. He's being authentic, he's telling stories, he's making this powerful sound that is like moving everyone in the room, and like that's my dream. I want to do that. So from that point on, I was trying to teach my friends instruments and stuff like that, and then I eventually went to college for school, where I met a lot of my bandmates that you're going to hear tonight, and that's kind of the transition.
If you know anything about the large suit 1694, contact us immediately.
Oh, you're coming
No
in.
worries.
You're coming in snug.
Oh, nice.
This is nice.
A zoom out shot.
Play it cool, play it cool.
I'm amazed this is the first time we've had to deal with traffic during an interview.
To be fair, yeah, 3
Yeah.
seasons in, like
It's interesting, yeah. Yeah, worth noting, you're the first episode of season 4. This is season 4. You can tell because I have facial hair now to signify that time
Only took
has
you 3
passed.
seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, this is episode 31. Welcome to season 4, everybody. I
Sweet.
should have done this at the beginning, but I'm not that together. Also, We were talking before the interview started.
Yeah.
About kind of how the Vancouver music scene is as the personality of Vancouver. How do you feel you fit into that?
I definitely think that I am one of the lighter acts in the indie scene, for sure. I feel like there's definitely, like, in the Fraser Valley and Vancouver area, there's a big country folk scene. There's also a big, like, when you get into Vancouver, a huge punk and alternative scene. And I like pop music. And so in a way, I almost feel like, especially in an indie scene, pop music almost isn't cool until you're big. It's almost kind of cringe when you do it when you're small, because it's like, okay, most of the cool factor, the coolness of a pop artist is like their prestige and their hype, and that people already know the songs and sing along because they're catchy. But when, I feel like it's kind of hard identity-wise. For me, I've definitely struggled with that, or at least had a bit of a complex of, like, I'm in a venue with, like, all these badasses, and I hope I can say that on here.
Go for it.
Just gonna... Yeah, I'm in a venue with all these punk rock badass people, or when I'm back home in Langley, I'm playing with, like, the quietest indie folk kids, and it's just kind of like, okay, I don't feel like I belong, because I definitely think I have, like, the youthful energy maybe of a punk person in terms of just, like, excitement towards the music, but then also, like, the, like, emotional, sad, melancholy side of, like, a folk writer, if that makes sense.
How we doing, reggae? Come on. My name is Drew Storey. Are you guys ready to have some fun? Woo! Now.
What do you think is the best fast food French fry?
I think the best fast food French fry, I actually like the texture of Wendy's, but I like the salt of McDonald's. I don't think the McDonald's fry is that good. I think the salt is.
That's true. That's true.
Triple.
This is crazy, guys. This was really poorly thought out.
I've never seen this many cars come through here.
This is great because we film in alleys constantly.
It's like Murphy's Law.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
We're back.
Sweet.
We're back.
We're so back.
Wendy's. Yes. Excellent fry choice. There was a period, I don't know, maybe that didn't make it out to the East Coast, Ian, but there was like a period where like Wendy's was like making a big deal about sea salt. And they were like, we're gonna put sea salt on our fries. This is like maybe 2016-ish time. I don't know.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
You were there.
Yeah, we were all there.
It happened.
But yeah, it was like and then I don't think they actually changed anything. They just started like dumping massive quantities of salt
Regular
onto their
salt?
fries. Yeah, and it was really good for a while, like maybe 3 weeks, and then they went back. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but it's important.
It is important.
Like, yeah. We're at Redgate tonight.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. To be honest, like, this is a venue that when in late middle school, early high school, I started coming out here. I had mentioned to you before, as soon as I got a compass card, that's the cheapest way to get around. Coming out from Langley and all that type of stuff, my friends were like, this is the cool place. And I honestly feel like out of the downtown, which I saw your guys' article on how important it is to have these indie venues, and I feel like out of them, this has always been my favorite. I don't know why. It's just like, it was one of the first ones I went to, and I've always wanted to play here, and this is the first time I'm playing in my project here.
Because the space is so familiar, does it feel like stressful and weird to like be performing, or are you just like at home here?
I'm honestly stoked. I wouldn't say at home. I feel like I'm gonna know like maybe 3 people in the audience, but like I'm definitely stoked because it's something that I didn't think was gonna happen anytime soon. And a shout out to Sours, who's another band on the bill. I know those guys pretty well just through playing some other shows, and they were like, hey, Drew, we know that you wanted to play at Redgate. Do you want to join? And so that's how I got the opportunity, so shout out to them.
What would you say is your general approach to writing music?
I think that for me, I'm definitely a melody-forward writer, and I think you'll hear that in my writing tonight. Like the lyrics are very poppy. I love you, you love me. Basic, like early Beatles, like the cheesy, that type of stuff. But I was always drawn to melody and music, and now as I get older, I'm trying to start with lyrics first. And I've written so many songs that I'm like, what do I actually want to say? What do I believe in? Like obviously, I believe in love. I believe in positivity. I believe in all that type of stuff. But what is like my angle? What's what makes me Drew? You know what I mean? Like what's what makes you Drew? What is?
It's every time you say it's freaking me out.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's just like, what do I actually want to say? Because at the end of the day, when you get to a certain point in writing where you're no longer just waiting for inspiration and you're kind of a practice writer, you have the choice to be like, what do I actually want to do, and what do I want to be known for believing in or thinking?
Try to reach out to help a friend, but my only buddy's
Music's always seemed like a very abstract form of expression. Like writing, I'm like, cool, I get that. Photography, sure, I'm like, yeah, I get that too. I think music for me was always like a little bit too abstract for me to like wrap my head around like the process of writing. Has it always been like very intuitive to you?
Yeah, it's interesting. It actually has. The instruments and the technical proficiency of like singing and stuff like that, that's taken me all this time that I've been doing it, since I was like 10 years old or whatever. But the actual writing and coming up with creative ideas, that came really easy. I found even as a kid, music, even just like instrumental music, affected me very deeply. If there was like a kid's movie, like let's take Winnie the Pooh for example. I hope you've seen Winnie the Pooh at some point in your life.
Yeah.
Do you know there's like those scary monsters in that, like the Heffalumps and Woozles?
Oh my God, the Heffalumps and Woozles, guys!
Crazy reference, niche reference, not that niche. One of the most popular franchises in history.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I feel like it hasn't gotten a lot of love.
No,
lately.
not in the new generation.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, that music is very like dark and minor, even though it's a kid's movie. And when I was a little kid, my parents would have to skip over that, fast forward in the cassette, because I would cry the whole time. And it wasn't the visuals. And there's a couple of like classical pieces that have a little bit of like dissonant ambient things. And when I was a little kid, I would cry until they were turned off. And so I've only connected this recently that like I think just the emotional relevance of like a melody or what's going on in music has always touched me, whether that's happy or sad. And so I can tune into that fast when like I'm thinking of, I want someone to feel happy when they hear this song. It's pretty quick for me to, it doesn't feel that abstract to me.
with me.
As far as people who are new to your music and trying to get into it, do you have like one track that you would recommend?
I would say Round and Around, my most recent track. I feel like that encapsulates in the writing, both musically, it's like the grand nature of the emotions that I want people to feel, and it also talks about me and some of the just mental health struggles I was facing throughout high school and college. So I feel like it's one of the ones where the music and the lyrics are actually on par for me. They both feel equally solid, and yeah, I feel like you can learn a lot about me and who I am and what I believe in just through that one song.
Anything you'd like to plug?
If you don't follow me, I mean, this will pop up on my Instagram, so that is irrelevant. Scrap that. Check out my music on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. I've got 5 new songs coming. I've been working on them all summer. I have no idea when I'm gonna drop them, but they're actually definitely the best thing I've ever made. So, wow, some light.
That was great. That was
light
great
bulb.
timing.
You guys